adults. Prosecutors in Kentucky are recommending that the 15-year-old boy accused of killing 2 of his classmates and shooting more than a dozen others Tuesday face 2 charges of murder. Bailey Nicole Holt and Preston Ryan Cope were killed when their classmate opened fire at Marshall County High School as students gathered before morning classes. Adriana Diaz is in Benton, Kentucky. So, Adriana, investigators are working to piece together the shooter's motive. What do we know about the accused gunman at this point?
Well, what we're learning about the accused gunman is what we're hearing from students. Investigators are very tight-lipped about this. He's a minor, so they can't release his name. They're not releasing any information about a motive. They did say that they believe that he acted alone, but students tell us that he is a sophomore. He's in the band. We spoke to friends of his who said that he's friendly. He's the kind of guy who, when he sees you in the hallway, he says hi, he says your name, he's approachable. So this came as a huge surprise to many of his friends. We did hear from students that he first, before opening fire, before that whole chaotic scene exploded, first he went to the band room to check on his friends. Then he went to another part of the school that was crowded with students. This is the area where students mingle before classes. It's actually Spirit Week here. They were supposed to have homecoming on Friday, so quite a festive time here at the high school. The students were mingling. That's where he opened fire. Investigators say it seemed to be at random. One woman, a 15-year-old teenage girl, died at the scene. Another 15-year-old boy died later at the hospital, but investigators are not releasing his name. We've been told what students believe to be his name, but we're not releasing that information as we don't have it confirmed.
And a number of victims are still recovering in nearby hospitals. What are you hearing about them?
There were 5 boys airlifted to Vanderbilt University Medical Center. That's about 100 miles away. They were taken by helicopter because that hospital is a type that could really handle these kinds of wounds. The victims, their stories are all intertwined because this is a really tight-knit community. One boy, and again, we're not releasing his name because he's a minor, but one boy, he was shot through the chest. The bullet came out of his back. He had surgery. The moment that he arrived at the hospital was waiting for him. We're told by another student that he was put into a medically induced coma and that he's getting ready for another surgery. Now, this student, this junior, his younger brother was also injured in this chaos. He was actually trampled in what appeared to be a stampede of students rushing to safety. And the tragedy of this is that they didn't know what was safe. One student told us, we didn't know where to go, we didn't know where to hide, we didn't know who was shooting, we didn't know where the shooter was. We were told that after the shooter stopped firing bullets, about 6, they said, are the number of shots they heard. He was holding a handgun. He dropped the gun and blended back into the crowd.
Incredibly disturbing story. Adriana Diaz, thanks very much.